Secretary Blinken, thank you for testifying today and congratulations. As chairman of the Western Hemisphere Subcommittee, I look forward to working with you and your staff to deepen United States engagement in Latin America and the Caribbean. As you know, U.S. policy towards Cuba is deeply personal to me. I have firsthand experience of what it is to live under the Castro dictatorship. I came to this country when I was 11 years old. I still have memories of the military coming through, searching my house, accusing my father of hoarding merchandise. I have all these memories, and I have made it my priority when I came to Congress to promote democracy and human rights all over. But I've been encouraged by the statement that President Biden and the White House officials have made regarding the need to put democracy and human rights at the center of our policy towards Cuba. And as Secretary, I was wondering what steps could you take to promote political rights, civil liberties, and end its attacks on human rights defenders in Cuba?
I think across the board, we share the same goals when it comes to Cuba, and that is democracy and freedom for its people. I have particular respect for the views and the experiences of our fellow citizens who are Cuban American, because you not only know it, you've lived it, or your families have lived it. So this is something that resonates with me. We're looking at the entire policy right now, and we haven't come to any conclusions. I think knowing what the goals are, freedom and democracy for the people of Cuba, I think we also start with the recognition that obviously no policy in the past of whatever stripe has fully succeeded in achieving that. So we're going to be reviewing the policy. We want to do it in close consultation with Congress, and particularly with members who know these issues so well. As you've seen, there have been no early policy changes, and certainly we are not going to make any changes without fully consulting. So I look forward to the opportunity to do that.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. You know, on January 1st, Congresswoman Norma Torres and I sent a letter to President Biden to prioritize the corruption and the protection of human rights, especially in Central America. I assume that we are also applying the same democracy and human rights to the region in Central America.
Yes, very much so.
Venezuela, as obviously is going to come up. I had a hearing on Venezuela the other day. I was very happy to see that the president designated the PTS to the Venezuelans, about 320,000 of them here in this country. I think that's the right step. They have suffered greatly. My concern with Venezuela is Russia seems to be more and more engaged with Venezuela. And I think they're trying to, well, I don't think, I know they're trying to destabilize the region. I spoke to the ambassador of Colombia. In 2019, Russia had 6,000 people go through Colombia, and they expelled 3 Russians. Now, for Russia, Colombia is not exactly a beach destination. So my concern is that they're using Venezuela to destabilize Colombia, to get involved in other elections in South America, and I would hope that the administration would focus on Russia's efforts to try to destabilize our neighbors in the Western Hemisphere.
Yeah, I share that concern, and we see that in Venezuela. We've seen, I think, a resurgence of Russian presence and activity in Cuba the last few years, and we're very attentive to that across the board. To the point you made a minute ago, too, I should just come back to it to say I think your emphasis on both spotlighting and combating corruption is absolutely essential, and this is something we're going to dedicate both more focus, more time, and more resources to, because we see it as both, unfortunately, prevalent in so many places, but also a little bit of an Achilles heel when we can put the spotlight on it, because when people see the corruption of their leaders, that's that's a good way to undermine support for said leaders.
Thank you very much.
Gentleman